everyone. Don't adjust your settings. Yes, only one eye is done. I am doing a eye tutorial today. This is I'm gonna be, what am I wanting to say? I don't know. My brain is going faster than the words are coming out of my mouth. It's not necessarily going to be a new segment. I almost said this is going to be a new segment. I have recently started a new blog for weekly eye looks that I really, really love. So some weeks I may just do still pictures of step by step, and then some weeks for it I may actually film a tutorial and then load that to the blog. So I'll put that information down below if you'd like to follow it. I also may do some makeup kind of reviews before maybe I get to them here on YouTube. So without further ado, I only did one eye, that way I can spend more time showing you guys exactly how I blend. Because part of that is really important. So this eye is what I call a wearable daytime dramatic eye. I don't really follow makeup rules as far as people say, like, you shouldn't do a dramatic eye and a dramatic lip, or dramatic eyes are only for nighttime. You should only do simple eyes during the day. To me, that just gets really boring. So the way I'm doing this is I'm only really using one dark shadow, and I'm blending a couple other lighter shadows. I'm also not doing false lashes, which helps keep it from being quite so dramatic, and I am doing a brighter lip, not a nude, not a red necessarily. It's not really red. I feel like the top of my head's being cut off, but I'm trying to do that because I'm going to zoom in on this eye. So without further ado, if you are interested in seeing the completed look, just keep watching. So I'm gonna zoom all of a sudden. That's weird. Is it filming? We're filming. Okay, really weird. Don't have time for that. Let me just check. Yeah, because I have to pick my kids up. Okay, so anyways, I'll just scoot in instead of zooming in. Isn't it fun filming? Right? Okay. So the first thing I did is I just primed my eye using the Urban Decay Primer Potion. Whatever primer you want to use is fine. That's just the one that I prefer. So the first step is, once I put on any primer, I personally like to set it with a shadow. I feel like it makes blending out all of your shadows a lot easier. So this is the e.l.f. Pressed Mineral Shadow in Beauty Queen, and I am just going to take like a flat brush. This is just also from e.l.f., their Eyeshadow C brush, and we are just going to put that, I'm going to make sure I'm in frame, all over the eye. And I feel like it just sort of, some primers, eye primers, I feel like tend to still be a little bit tacky or wet once you apply them. And so what this does is it just sort of helps to absorb any of that tacky or wetness, but everything still stays and you don't get any creasing. So you can, this one is slightly satiny. I prefer a matte, but I've just been trying to use those shadows because I bought them a long time ago and then I haven't been using them. So it works. I'm going to be putting some matte shadows on top, which is also key, is using a lot of matte shadows on top of anything that is shimmery. For daytime, because I feel like a sure sign of nighttime makeup is everything being super shimmery. So the next color that I'm going to be using, I guess I should show you this before I load it up. It's going to be our first crease and transition color. This is from a company called Younique, and the color is Giddy. I don't know if that's showing up or not. And it's this kind of like orangey, like creamsicle color, like an orange creamsicle. That's what it reminds me of. And it's so pretty. And using kind of these brighter colors again really helps keep the eye from being like too dark and too dramatic. Like I said, I'm only using one dark shadow. So what I'm going to do is I'm just using a fluffy, kind of stiffer blending brush. And we're just going to do the traditional windshield wiper into the crease area and then kind of up onto the brow bone also, because like I said, this is our first transition and blending crease color. So hopefully this is all showing up. I really need to get some new lighting to go in my bathroom because I feel like everything looks very like orange and dark on this. So I really like these loose pigment, eye pigment, shadow pigments from Younique. I got their, like, they have like the fiber mascara duo system and it's okay. I just don't think I'm a fan of those systems, and I think I was using too much and it would be like all over my eye, like black smeared by the end of the night. And then like it's hard, like I can't just wipe it off, like it's glued to your face. So anyways, the pigments though are great. I have another one and I'm going to be using it for another look later. So next color that we're going to do is our next crease color, and this is just going to kind of help define the crease a little bit more. It's another e.l.f. pressed mineral. This is in the color Lunch Date. It's like a taupey color with a little bit of like a purple undertone. So again, I'm just taking like the $1 like blending eye brush from e.l.f. and we're just going to work that into the crease just to help kind of define and give a little bit more depth. And at first glance, you would think that these colors would not work together well, but they really do. This like taupey color and that like orange creamsicle color, like it just works. So again, we're not going super heavy because like I said, we are doing one darker dramatic color. This is just for definition. Okay. So next is our third color, and that is going to be our darkest color that's going to sort of give us the drama. The color that I'm using is it's a black brown shadow. So it's not totally black, it's not totally brown. It's like the color of espresso coffee or like a coffee bean. It's literally the color of a coffee bean. I don't know if they still sell this. This is from Bare Minerals. The color is called Retro. It's actually a liner shadow, but I bought this like, I don't know, let's see, we've been married for almost 12 years, so I bought it like 9 years, 10, 11 years ago, something like that. I bought it a long time. So because it's so dark and it's so pigmented, I'm just taking like whatever's in the lid, and I'm just kind of smushing it in and tapping and smushing and tapping. And the next, so what we're going to do with this color is we're going to do it in like a V and just into like the first like third of your eye. So it's not going to go all the way in. It's just going to be kind of more on the outer part of the eye. So the first thing, the way I like to do this is I take it and I just start to tap and smush it in. And I think I got a really bare spot in this because I have a lot less shadow on here than I thought I would. Okay. So again, we're just going to kind of tap it in to get it placed where we want it. That's the great thing about loose pigments, is that you can do that, I feel like, more so than with pressed. And then once I get up to this inner part, I'm just going to start to like do some circly motions to get it into that first kind of third. I'm just kind of comparing it to the other eye now. Spot. Okay. So now that I pretty much have it placed where I want it, you can do this on a tissue, but I didn't bring one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to buff out a lot of what's on my brush so that as I go and blend, I'm not blending more back into more color onto my eye. I'm just blending what's there. So I'm just going to do like light circular motions into it to get it really nice and blended well. And again, I'm only taking it to like the first kind of third of my eye because I don't want it to go all the way in because it's for daytime. So it's just a little bit of drama. So we're going up. Okay, so that looks good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back with the first brush that I used with that orange. And I'm just going to kind of buff across the top of all of the shadows just to get rid of any harsh lines and to make sure that things look nice and blended. And then, sorry, I have to kind of look straight on to make sure that things look even. And blending really is key to any eyeshadow look, but especially a more dramatic look. Okay, so next thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little angle brush and a little bit of that dark shadow that's the retro, this kind of black brown, and I'm just going to take it and just lightly press it into my lower lash line, and I'm only going about as far as the inner part of my pupil. We're not going to go all the way in. And this is just going to really lightly line the lower line, but I feel like with shadow you have more control over the color because you can control how much your shadow you pick up, whereas with a pencil, once it's on, it's on. Okay, next, the last shadow that we're going to use, I know it's a lot, this is from the Sex Bomb palette. This cream color right here we're going to use, it's a matte cream. It's a more of a yellow base cream, so it's very like brightening. And I'm just going to again load up the C brush that I used in the very beginning. And we're going to pat this on the exposed part down here of the eyeball, I guess. I don't know what to call it. This is really going to help like brighten up this area and keep it from being too dark. And then I'm also going to use it as my final brow bone highlight. Okay, so that's it. It's fairly simple. When you're not trying to explain it, I can do this like in both eyes in like 5 minutes, basically. Okay, so next we're going to do liner, and I ended up getting this eye a little bit more dramatic with the liner than I had intended, only because I have a new liner that I'm using because my other two liners are just dead. One of them dried out and the other one I think is too old. It's a liquid and it's starting to like irritate and kind of burn my eye. So I'm just using the e.l.f. I use a lot of really inexpensive makeup. The e.l.f. gel liner, I'm giving this a second try. I feel like I got it before and I hated it, and so I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a liner because this really isn't what I wanted and I'm saving up for something else. So we're just going to do a winged liner, not too overly dramatic. Like I said, I ended up getting this eye a lot thicker than I had intended, only because I'm not used to using it yet. Okay, so here we go. One-handed winged liner. Hopefully this will turn out on this side. And there's lots of really amazing winged line tutorials. So I am not the best at this. I have a very hooded eye, which gets in the way of having a nice, smooth, perfect looking wing. So I am not the best candidate to do a line tutorial or to like teach you all to do a line tutorial, because I am constantly watching them like, how can I do this better? So we've got the wing down. That actually turned out a lot better than I thought it was. And I originally, when I had been wearing this, I kept this fairly close to the lash line, but this side kind of got away from me, so I'm gonna have to kind of match this up. But the other thing that I'm doing is I'm not taking it all the way down to the inner tear duct, like on this one. I still didn't get to stop. It went further down, I guess is what I'm trying to say, than I had really intended it, but that's okay. And again, hopefully I'm not blocking you guys from seeing what I'm doing. But I just think that also not having like the black liner all the way down to the inner tear duct also kind of helps it from being quite so dramatic. And then I'm just kind of lightly tight lining to make sure there aren't any major gaps. And this is too thick right here, and it's annoying me. There we go. Okay, so just a little tight line. Okay, so then that's the liner, and that's the eye, so you can see. And then I'm just gonna follow up with mascara. Like I said, I'm not doing lashes because again, that'll look even more dramatic. And I wanted all of the drama really just to be about that one dark shadow, and I feel like that makes it more wearable for daytime. So right now I'm just working on using up some samples. So this is just the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes 4-in-1 mascara. Not really a huge fan, but I have this sample, so I'm just trying to get through it. So we're just gonna put a few coats of mascara. Okay, so my camera stopped. And yeah, in the middle of doing mascara. So I am just, where did I put everything down? Here we go. I'm just finishing out my mascara, and then we're gonna do lips. So a few more coats. And then a little bit on the bottom, because I do personally like to have mascara on my bottom lashes at least a little bit. I feel like my lashes are so fair that it looks like I don't have any on the bottom if I don't. And then I'm just going to tight line the bottom with the NYX Wonder Pencil in Light. And I feel like because this is more of like a cream color, that it's better for daytime than like a black liner or a white liner, and it just helps to brighten the eye. So next we're going to do lips. I'm going to prep and use the NYX Lip Primer, and I'm just going to put that all over. I do the edges and then I fill in, and I help it. I feel like it does help with bleeding issues and just longevity. So for lips, I'm going to use like this coral, I feel like it's like a corally red color. It's called Harlot. It's from OCC. It's one of their lip tars. I believe it's a matte lip tar. and it's this really pretty bright coral red color. You can really use this light just as a stain, or you can really like kind of build up the color. So I just kind of squeeze out a little bit. What is on my brush? This is just how I do it. Everybody has kind of a different technique, I think, that they find that works best for these lip tars, and it's really just kind of preference. So I just dab it in the middle, and then I work it out as a liner, and then I fill in, and then I do the same thing on top. So I'm going to fill in my lips. And even though this color is really bright, I feel like it doesn't add a lot of drama. To this look, but it keeps it just from being like boring nude. Blech. Natural nude lips can be fine at times, but I don't know, I get kind of bored. I think it looks kind of all, woo, too much came out. Well, this will be interesting. It's bubbling over. So yeah, so I kind of like to do, like, if for daytime, like a brighter lip, and I feel like it just helps brighten up the whole face too. So again, just gonna do the bottom. Sorry about all the quietness, but I can't talk and do my lips at the same time. But I'm sorry if you can hear all that. Apparently somebody's doing construction outside. But I adore this lip color. It's coral. It's like a coral, but instead of it being like a pink coral, it has more of like a red undertone to it. I don't have anything else like it. I'm going like really crazy over drawing my lips, but that's okay. Okay, so there you go. Super bright lips, a nice light but dramatic eye because we're only using one color, and I tried to go soft on the cheeks, but in here it kind of looks like I have clown cheeks. It doesn't when I first did them. So anyways, yeah, this is the final look. Like I said, here is a close-up of the eye again. I just love it. I've been wearing this like all week when I do my makeup, so I hope you like it. Friday is the last day to enter my giveaway, so if you have not, please enter my giveaway. I will be doing another one in a couple months for my YouTube anniversary. I believe I'm coming up on 3 years, so I will have that probably next month or in October. And I really hope you like this look, and please subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and give me a thumbs up if you like it, and comment down below what makeup, if any, have you been really obsessed with lately. And keep an eye out, I will be doing more of these for you guys, and please check out my blog, I will put it down below. Anyways, have a good day. I'll see you guys later.